Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, I'm playing series videos I do for the one. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. We're doing a fan request, so hooray, I occasionally do these. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out food and or drink items. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yam around about for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, why wear super cool shirts? I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's my Corvin's Breed shirt. It's got a couple little flecks of stuff on it from some stuff I was just reviewing. But that aside, what the fuck is Corvin's Breed? They are a industrial metal band out of New England. I got to see them perform a few days ago at the time I'm doing this, on Black Friday specifically. They were on tour with a band called Cyclone 9, as well as a band called Guillotine, another band called Clockwork Echo, and then a local band called Grimm. Every band was fantastic. Like, that show was fucking awesome. So awesome, in fact, that I went over there. I got videos of every single performer performing. They are on my channel as well. I have an entire playlist that is just literally my concert videos and my concert adventures that I go through. So if you happen to be interested, I'm just saying. But that aside, yeah, these folks are super cool. I highly recommend checking out their stuff if you're into like the industrial metal scene and stuff. They're very cool. And on top of that, they're just really nice guys. After their set, I got to hang out with them at their merch booth for a little bit. Quality people. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Well, as I said, this is a fan request, come courtesy of Mr. Odeh Khaled, one of my most faithful supporters. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much for all your support. And he wanted to see me review some stuff from Boom! Sparkling Ice, which is, it's like a thing. Woo! Is it going to be better on this side? I don't know, maybe. Woo! 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 Yeah, that'll probably be it. Ha 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 ha! So yeah, he wanted me to try out some sparkling ice beverages. This one is specifically their classic lemonade. And it is a flavored sparkling water with zero sugar, with vitamins and antioxidants. Okay. He mentioned that he wanted my opinion on these. I've done one other one so far. I'll try to get through the line a little bit at a time. But I like lemonade. And that's pretty much all the justification that I needed. Now, all that said, I have actually had these before, but it has been a while, so let's give it a go. Okay, we're good. That's good. You heard it. That's got the factor. That's quality thing right there. And here's the thing with the sparkling ice stuff. I've actually, ever since I first tried them, I've liked their stuff. The only sort of point of contention I had with them, I first started kind of trying their stuff out when maybe a couple years ago, I was kind of trying to bring down my sugar intake. Still need to get better about that. But, so I started looking up zero sugar stuff. And when I found these, I was like, sure, I'll give them a shot. And wouldn't you know it, they're super duper tasty. They're kind of like Crystal Light, back when Crystal Light used to still have like individually packaged drinks. I don't think they do anymore. I think they're just the powder now. But they kind of remind me a little bit of that, but with a sparkling aspect. I like the sparkling aspect. They're really good. They're tasty. They're way better than 99.9% of the other sparkling waters, because they're less like a sparkling water, more like a, well, in this case, like a sparkling lemonade. It's got a lot of flavor. It doesn't taste like fucking TV static. So, the only problem I eventually ran into, and the reason why I kind of stopped getting them as often, was because although they are zero sugar, they're still sweetened. And I believe it's with sucralose, if I'm not... Yeah, sucralose. And the thing is that... And I'm not a food scientist or healthcare, so, please take whatever I say with a grain of salt. But when I did my little research on it, it turns out that like sucralose and sugar pretty much do the same thing in your body. Like, there might be certain advantages to one versus the other, but in terms of other aspects, it's not really all that different. So that's kind of why I detracted from it, because it was like, well, excuse me. Sorry about that. It's like, if I'm gonna, the whole point of me is trying to bring my sugar level down, then it's like, okay, this is basically doing the same thing to my body. And again, I could be completely wrong. Again, I'm not a scientist, clearly. But that aside, and to be fair, I drink sugary drinks, so it's not like I was like, I'm never gonna, But that aside, in terms of just like the flavor and what it does in terms of a drink, these are really good, actually. Like, I like what they've done with them. Like I said, they sort of remind me of kind of a Crystal Light, but then they've got the bite of the sparkling aspect, and they do not taste like a sparkling water. Like, to the extent where, like, I almost feel like calling them a sparkling water is almost cheating with these, because, yeah, man, they're not anything like the average sparkling water. Most sparkling waters really are just kind of weird tasting, and with sort of like a little hint of a flavoring. These, properly flavorful, properly sweet. I will say, with the zero sugar aspect of it, even though, it's, like I said, it's sweetened with sucralose, it doesn't have like a zero sugar taste to it. It tastes nice and crisp and refreshing, and especially the lemonade flavor, I think it works perfect, because I think sparkling lemonades are fucking phenomenal. It, takes that nice citrusy aspect and then, just gives a little extra punch. And as far as the lemonade aspect is concerned, it actually works really nicely for kind of what I like out of a lemonade type drink, where it's got a nice amount of tang to it. It's got that hit of a little bit of a sourness to it, but it's not like abrasively so, because you gotta sort of find a nice happy medium. If you go too sweet, it, for me, kind of loses the appeal, but by the same token, if you go too tart with it, it's not much fun for me either. This, it works really well, and then on top of that, like I said, you get the extra hit of the carbonation. I think ice, in general, I think they have really good drinks. I think I tried this one, and I think the other one was like the black raspberry one that I had. I think between the two that I've had so far, I would say I probably prefer the classic lemonade, even though I liked both of them. And that's really just because, again, I like lemonade quite a bit, and I like citrusy drinks. So, but yeah, man, for me, it's really good. And, thanks to Mr. Odeh Khaled for going over there and suggesting it. Because, I do try to get to these things, folks. Sometimes, like, because I always encourage people, please, give me requests. I will try my best. It depends, I'll get to it when I can get to it, but I will at least try. Unless it's something ridiculous. It's like, you should go to this place, blah, 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 and it's in Japan. Well, excuse me again. It's probably not going to happen. As much as I'd like to go to Japan, that's so much stuff, and then there's work, and then it's expensive, and yeah. So, but anyway, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get them again? Would I recommend it? Yes and yes. Seriously. When it comes to the sparkling ice stuff, it's really good. The only thing I would say is, like with me, if you're looking to go over there and sort of bring down your sugar levels, that whole kind of thing, just reduce your sugar intake, do your research, please, because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm not going to tell you don't with this. I'm not going to tell you yes with this. I'm going to tell you, please do your own research. If it's, a big enough thing, please consult, a physician about it or something, or at least, like I said, do some proper research on it, because I don't want to lead you down a bad path. But in terms of just being a refreshing drink, and especially a zero sugar refreshing drink, sparkling ice, they're really good, and the lemonade one in particular, I'm fond of. So, and if I'm recommending it to people, well, no, I basically already went through that. So, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Protect the rest of the week. Monumental rest of the month. Spend this rest of your folks. You go over there, have yourselves a truly lemonade-tastic rest of your life. Because lemonade's just wonderful. It's one of those drinks that's just makes the world a better place. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do all the time, I know I can't do all the time. Here's what you do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. Life can be rough, folks. There's just no 2 ways about it. It's like, it's not all Corvin's Breeds t-shirts and and sparkling lemonades, okay? I wish it was. Be pretty good deal. The fact of the matter is, life can really kick you in the head sometimes, and, sometimes it doesn't stop kicking. It's important, though, when we deal with those situations in our lives, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there, maybe, like Mr. Odeh Khaled, maybe you've got some suggestions of your own for me, and maybe you go over there and you'd be like, Brandon, you should try this, and blah, 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 blah. Like, all right, we'll give it a shot, we'll see what we can do. Then maybe someone goes over there and they're like, Brandon, you need to go to this place, and you need to go there at exactly 3:06 a.m. on January 17th, and there has to be a guy named Rick there, and it's a whole thing. And then I get there and I meet Rick and I say the secret words, and it turns out to be some sort of weird blood ritual. Why are you going over there and like fucking laying your buddy Brandon into traps like that? I don't need that shit. I mean, I guess it depends on what part I play in the blood ritual, but chances are, given the nature of the situation, I'm probably getting sacrificed in a blood ritual. I don't want to be sacrificed in a blood ritual. I don't even particularly want to take part in a blood ritual. But if I have to choose, I'll be honest with you. But I don't need that shit, folks. Let's not lay traps for your good buddy Brandon, okay? I got enough fucking problems in my life, okay? It's just, fucking roof I need to get repaired, and fucking heaters on the fritz right now, Fuck, maybe send me to the blood ritual. Just fucking get through with all my problems. Or conversely, by all means, like I said, please go over there and, shoot out some suggestions for me if you're so interested. I'll see what I can do to make those happen. All right? Bye.